Endocrine disruptors are all around you, even though you can't see them. These invisible chemicals are linked to serious health problems such as obesity, reproductive disorders, developmental issues, and even cancer. Over the past 20 to 25 years, awareness of these chemicals has increased significantly. Unfortunately, recent research indicates that the problem is more severe than previously thought. While some steps have been taken to ban a few of these chemicals, hundreds, if not thousands, remain in everyday products. As a consumer, it's largely up to you to make informed choices to better protect yourself and your family. In today's video, we're going to discuss endocrine disruptors, what they are, where they're commonly found, and how you can start avoiding them. What are endocrine disruptors? Endocrine disruptors, also known as endocrine disrupting chemicals, are substances that interfere with your endocrine system. While some of these are natural chemicals, the most significant concern today comes from synthetic man-made chemicals. But what exactly is the endocrine system? In simple terms, the endocrine system comprises all the hormones in your body. However, it's much more complex than that. Understanding this vital system highlights why endocrine disruptors pose such a serious threat. What do endocrine disruptors do? How do endocrine disrupting chemicals work? There are several ways these chemicals can negatively impact your endocrine system. Some chemicals mimic natural hormones, tricking your body into responding to a hormone that isn't actually there. This can lead to an overresponse or an inappropriate response. Estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, cortisol are just a few of the hormones that are affected by endocrine disruptors. Other chemicals can stimulate or suppress your endocrine system, causing your body to either overproduce or underproduce certain hormones. Some chemicals block hormone receptor sites, preventing the proper binding and action of hormones, even when your body is producing the right amount. A clear example of how endocrine disruptors work is seen with birth control pills. These pills intentionally use synthetic hormones to prevent ovulation by tricking the body. However, the effects of endocrine disruptors in everyday life are unintentional and often go unnoticed, making them even more concerning. Everyone is at risk from endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors are ubiquitous and impossible to completely avoid, putting everyone at risk. However, infants and developing children are the most vulnerable. Hormones are crucial for development even before birth, influencing brain development and growth. Disruptions during a child's formative years can lead to long-lasting and often irreversible issues. Recent studies have highlighted the serious impact of prenatal exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals. One study found that children of mothers with high levels of these chemicals in their systems during the first trimester have lower IQs at age 7. The danger extends to adults as well. Endocrine disruptors can affect reproduction, thyroid function, metabolism, weight, and heart health. They are also linked to an increased risk of breast and prostate cancer. Now, the top endocrine disrupting causing weight gain, health issues, and hormonal imbalances. Dioxin. Dioxins are chemicals that form during many different industrial processes. As endocrine disruptors, they've been linked to many health problems, including infertility, developmental problems, immune issues, and cancer. One of the biggest problems with dioxins is that they are long-lived. Even though emissions have been reduced, they have had years to build up, mainly in the food chain. You can't avoid dioxins completely. However, because they accumulate in the food chain, animal products typically have the highest amounts. Eating more plant food can help. Phthalates. Phthalates are found in several types of plastic, but they are a common toxin in cosmetic products. They make cosmetics softer and help them stick longer to your skin. You may not always see them on the label since they can hide under the broad term fragrance. Phthalates can be very toxic to health. They are known to cause hormonal disruption and to trigger testicular cell death. Exposure can even cause reproductive issues and raise the risk of pregnancy loss. The best way to avoid phthalates in cosmetics is to look for those actually labeled phthalate-free. Stay away from anything that simply has fragrance listed because that could be hiding any number of chemicals. Also avoid using plastic food containers, plastic wrap, and any plastic labeled number 3. Perchlorate. Perchlorate is mainly produced as a chemical byproduct of rocket fuel. Even if you haven't been around any rockets lately, this chemical has become a widespread contaminant in food and drinking water. The main danger of perchlorates as endocrine disruptors is that they can interfere with thyroid function. They compete with iodine in your body and prevent your thyroid from getting enough of this much needed nutrient. It's pretty much impossible to avoid perchlorate in food, but you can have your water tested for it. If it's found in your water, you can install something like a reverse osmosis water filter. Ensuring you get a good amount of iodine in your diet can also help negate the effects of perchlorates. Mercury. Mercury is another heavy metal and high on the list of endocrine disruptors. Though naturally occurring, it accumulates in the air and ocean, mostly through coal burning. Mercury is known to bind to a specific hormone that helps regulate ovulation and menstruation. It can also affect your thyroid and adrenals and is an especially dangerous chemical during pregnancy. This is because mercury can accumulate in the fetal brain, causing neurological issues. Mercury is most often found in contaminated seafood. Wild-caught salmon are often the best choice. Women may wish to avoid seafood altogether during pregnancy. Perfluorinated chemicals, or PFCs, can cause major hormone problems. They are mainly found in any non-stick item, cookware, the inside of popcorn bags, fast food containers, etc. They can also be found in some water or stain-resistant materials. One specific PFC, known as PFOA, can be especially harmful. It's been linked to cancer, decreased sperm quality, and thyroid disease. PFOA also never breaks down in the environment. Stay away from non-stick cookware and microwave popcorn. Avoid using strain-resistant treatments on furniture and or carpet. Organophosphates. Organophosphates were originally developed by the Nazis for chemical warfare. They were never used for that purpose, but were eventually used to create many different pesticides. Not surprisingly, these organophosphate pesticides can have many negative effects on human health and act as endocrine disruptors. They can affect brain development and fertility, among other things. Organophosphate pesticides remain some of the most commonly used in conventional farming. Try to buy and eat organic whenever possible. Glycol ethers. Glycol ethers are a commonly found solvent. They are used most frequently in paints, brake fluid, cleaning products, and cosmetics, because why wouldn't you want to put a chemical like that on your skin? Children exposed to glycol ethers are more likely to get asthma and allergies. They are also linked to testicular damage, infertility, and birth defects. Use natural and non-toxic cleaners and avoid ingredients such as EGBE and DEGME like the plague. Lead. Lead can have a harmful effect on your whole body. It's also one of the top endocrine disruptors and especially harmful to children. Exposure to lead can have a toxic effect on your nervous system and reproductive system. It can cause miscarriage, anxiety, depression, high blood pressure, and nervous system disorders. Chronic exposure can interfere with stress-related hormones. Carefully get rid of any old lead paint, especially if it's crumbling. Lead can also enter drinking water, so get it tested and filtered if necessary. Arsenic. Arsenic poisoning sounds like something that would happen in a murder mystery. However, it's a heavy metal that can contaminate water and certain foods. You likely won't be exposed to levels that would kill you, but small amounts can cause several types of cancer. Arsenic is also a hormone disruptor and can interfere with your thyroid and glucocorticoid system. Disrupting the glucocorticoid system can cause weight changes, insulin resistance, and a host of other problems. Water and rice are the two most likely places to find arsenic. Test and filter your water and rinse rice well before cooking it. Fire retardants. Flame retardants probably aren't what you would expect as a source of dangerous chemicals. However, chemicals called polybrominated diphenyl ethers, or PBDEs, are commonly found in fire retardant substances. PBDEs are very persistent and can imitate thyroid hormones. They've been found in the breast milk of women all over the world, with the highest amounts found in North America. These chemicals have entered the bodies of polar bears. The most significant effect of PBDEs is lowering IQ, along with other neurotoxic effects. It's impossible to avoid PBDEs completely. You can use a vacuum with a HEPA filter to cut down on toxins that may already be present in your home. You can also look for furniture with no flame retardant materials. Atrazine. Atrazine is a herbicide most frequently used on cornfields. It's also one of the most commonly found toxins in drinking water. Atrazine is known to be a major hormone disruptor. This was first discovered when male frogs exposed to the chemical actually turned into female frogs. Definitely not a chemical you want in your system. Atrazine is most commonly a water contaminant. Have your drinking water tested for it. If needed, use a water filter that specifically takes out atrazine. BPA. Short for bisphenol A, BPA is a chemical used to make several types of plastic. BPA plastic has been widely used for food storage as well as the receipts you get after shopping at a store. The problem with BPA is that it can mimic the hormone estrogen in your body. Long-term exposure has been linked to many different endocrine disorders. It may also increase your risk of developing breast cancer, prostate cancer, PCOS, or type 2 diabetes. Due to the research, substitutes for BPA are now being used. The problem is that some, like BPF, are demonstrating an equal or greater toxicity level. Look for BPA products, or better yet, avoid plastic altogether as much as possible. Especially avoid plastics that are labeled PC or number 7. BPA also hides in the lining of food cans, so be on the lookout. So that's your list of endocrine disruptors. So how do you clean yourself of endocrine disruptors? By now, it should be evident how harmful endocrine disruptors are. While it's challenging to eliminate your exposure entirely, the goal is to significantly reduce it. Here are 4 major ways to minimize these chemicals. Avoid BPA plastic and heated plastic. Ideally, avoiding all plastics would be best, but it's impractical in today's world. Focus on avoiding plastic for food storage by using glass or other safer alternatives. Always choose BPA-free plastics, especially for products that come in contact with your body or food. Avoid consuming anything from heated plastic, such as microwave plastic containers or water bottles left in the sun. Eat cleaner. Opt for organic, plant-based, and minimally processed foods as much as possible. This diet is the best choice for avoiding hormone disruptors. Test and filter your water. Drinking water can contain toxins that disrupt hormones. Have your water tested and consider installing a filtration system if necessary. Be extra cautious with beauty and skincare products. Your skin absorbs much of what you apply to it, making it crucial to treat skincare products like another form of food. Cosmetics and personal care items often contain numerous endocrine disrupting chemicals. Choose certified organic skincare products whenever possible. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something today about endocrine disruptors and how they can affect your body. Subscribe for more tips.